What's up, everybody? Maskevic here, and I want to talk about the elephant in the room in the college football community. Um, First of all, let's just address what's been going on. So, the part of the development team and part of the uh, executives that came, some of those came over from the 2K folks that were behind the um, some of the development for NBA 2K and some of the technology that they had there, and it got really, a lot of people really excited for the college football development cycle and the ideas that were coming over. But and I'm not going to name any names, and I'm not going to get into too many details that I'm not completely familiar with. But I do know that one of my biggest issues in NBA 2K over the years, and it's what it completely drove me away from playing the game, is the almost the push for the pay to win strategy, especially online. But it did bleed into my career mode on there, and I was afraid whenever those people came over to the EA side of things that we would see some of these pay to win or pay to progress type situations. And now here we have it as a bit of a surprise, because even the early access content creators and some of these sponsored streamers and things, they had no clue that this was coming to the game, and they were exclusively given access before anybody else was, and apparently this stuff was not in the game. So, and I'm not going to bring the game up to show you. You can find all this information out across many other streamers and categories. But one of the things that I had a feeling was going to happen was for your single player road to glory type thing, I was afraid that while they would drastically improve the creative player process, which is still they're still working on that. That's still not actually greatly improved, as we talked about in the Road to Glory stream the other day. But the ability to upgrade your individual skills and kind of craft this player based off of what you want him to be is great, and it's pretty deep. However, it just like in NBA 2K, now they've kind of added this layer of microtransaction in there where you can essentially boost your player really fast by spending points. Well, we are given a certain amount of points for the early access and the MVP bundle thing and all that stuff, but it's not enough. It doesn't take you very far. And so what they did was they've allowed you to now spend real life money to buy these points to make your player better. Currently, right now, I mean, that's to each their own if they want to do that, and that's the way now you accelerate your creative player's progression, so to speak. So you can kind of get ahead of the curve and make your player great without the grind, so to speak. NBA 2K took that to such an extreme where you basically grind first 3, 4, 5 seasons and barely make any progress at all. And it got really frustrating, especially when you took that same player online and you went to play in the playground or whatever the hell they call it now. And the only way you could compete on there, and it is fun to play online, but to compete there, you have to spend money to compete, or you're just going to get blown out all the time, and nobody's going to want to play on your team. Little pickup games on your team? No, absolutely not. Nobody's going to be on your team. So it puts the pressure of spending real life money, the microtransaction. Well, now it's seeped its way into college football. But my take on it is spend money if you want to spend it, but don't use sleight of hand and sneak this feature into the game, or whatever, if the feature into the game, without just being upfront about it, right? Like all of the early access people, all the content creators, they went to Chicago and had this excellent time. None of that was visible. Now here we are in the early access, the MVP bundle folks got the game pretty early, and now they see it. They're like, oh, in Dynasty, and assumingly in online Dynasty as well. I haven't tried it there, but in Dynasty you can level up your coach faster, which makes your coach better, and thus makes your Dynasty easier, right? So they slowed down the progression on that, which they did say they did that. It's got caps at level 100 now, but so your progression is slower. So and there's no sliders to adjust, which Bordeaux, be sure to follow him on his on YouTube and stuff. He's great. He goes into this like now they've changed it where you can no longer adjust the sliders to speed up the progress in single player mode, which it should be. You should be able to if you want to. It's single player. It's your game, right? I don't do it, but some people want to, and they should be able to. But now they've taken those sliders away and offered you this silver platter of spend money to get better faster, and that's a problem because it's dressed up in this disguise of newness and greatness, and all these features are cool. You'll love what we've done to the game, but now don't worry about the secret part we've put in here that you'll find it on your own. So it's a little bit underhanded, and I think that's the biggest problem people are going to have with it. So if they were just up front saying, look, we've got microtransactions coming to the game, you can level up your people faster and all that stuff. If you want to, here's how you do it. People are going to be pissed regardless, but it just makes the whole thing feel a little sleazy. And I'm with Bordeaux. He started a hashtag thing. It's called CFB, play not pay, and I'm with him. I think we should do that. I'm just a small creator, but if the bigger creators get up there and really push for this agenda to kind of push back against the paywall it's coming into our games. It really is. So I'm with him. I think it's a bad idea. The bad idea being that they were not up front with it, and they're going to face a ton of backlash for it. And I would be surprised if a lot of people just don't spend any money on it at all. And some people may even cancel their pre-orders. Other people may refuse to buy it next year just off calls. I don't know. But it really sucks because the game does have a lot of really cool features. There's been a lot of work done to it. A lot of the creators are saying, well, don't blame the developers, don't blame them, that's not their choice. Yes and no, it's not their choice, but they did write the code to put it in there, right? So whether by force or by design, it's part of it. So anyway, that's going to be it for us today. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and I hope you kind of take a second to really think about what these microtransactions mean for these kind of games. And it's setting a precedent of sliding things under the radar and not making the community know about it. That's the problem I have with it. If you're going to do it, just do it. It's fine. Face the music right out of the gate. But if you're going to do it this way, the backlash is going to be way worse, and I think you're already starting to see it. So anyway, leave a comment down below of what you think. I think it's pretty shady, and I think it's going to leave a bad taste in people's mouth. Anyway, that's going to be it. Check us out on Twitch for some future streams and more content coming up here later. See you.